How's it going, YouTube? My name is Assure117, and I'm your friendly neighborhood Assyrian gamer. Today we'll be going on a couple articles going on about the rumor that has just blown up all over the internet. And the rumors I'm talking about is the fact that Konami is trying to revive a couple of its IPs, major ones at that. One of them basically being Castlevania, Silent Hill. And the third one isn't much of a revival, but more of a remake. It's Metal Gear 3. Now, this actually has happened. This has been going on for a while. Back in February, if you remember, Konami actually tried to do a restructuring on their video game division, and a lot of people thought that they were basically just killing off all their IPs or just letting them go. That being said, honestly, the way that basically they were going is with mainly on their pachinko machines, everything. No one thought basically that they were ever going to even touch those IPs. But Konami did actually come out with a statement at that time saying that they were actually not giving up their video game division or anything else like that. Fast forward to recently, several articles just literally came out out of nowhere, and mainly all of them are quoting the VGC website that actually reported on this. But as far as I can tell, the way that basically it's sounding like it's a double-edged sword. My opinion, honestly, is I would hold your thought on that until you see something definite, until we all actually see something definite. Is anything going to happen? Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not going to even try to pretend like something can happen or not. Will it actually happen? No, we'll see about that. That being said, one of the first few things, basically, one of the first few rumors that were actually going on this is that supposedly that they were going to be giving one of their IPs to Bluepoint Games. And if you remember, just recently, actually, PlayStation actually has acquired Bluepoint Games. And on one of their articles that they were stating is that as much as they like doing remakes, and they are actually pros at remakes, they are literally the masters of remakes. And as far as I can tell, almost all of them have been a success. Most recently being actually Demon's Souls for the PlayStation 5. When PlayStation 5 actually launched, Demon's Souls was one of its actually launch titles, a remake of the actual title. That being said, they actually came out when they were being acquired by PlayStation. They came out and saying that they actually want to make original games. Does that mean they can actually give up their remake division? I don't know. Maybe not. Honestly, I don't think they should. It could be a good side division, basically, for them to actually keep going. But yeah, at this point, actually, one of the rumors, like I said, was that they were giving one of the essentially Konami is outsourcing their IPs to different studios. I think it's a good idea, mainly due to the fact that they're literally the game that just came out with right now, which is eFootball, and supposedly, well, honestly, I don't think anybody thought it was going to be a competitor to FIFA. But when the game came out, man, I'll link the video to some of the horrendous things about the game. But all you need to do is look up just eFootball, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just it's horrible. Is what it is. That being said, this was basically all done on their internal video game studios, and they failed miserably. Then again, their last previous attempt too was Metal Gear Survival, and that was just wrong altogether. I mean, the way that basically they were monetizing it and everything else, honestly, they went as far as basically monetizing a save slot. So them outsourcing something, it's a good idea, but I also have to worry about a couple things. If they're going to be micromanaging something, or if they're going to basically be trying to take more control over it and just let people do the actual work, and they basically decide to want to monetize this and that. I hope not, honestly, because most of the, pretty much all three titles that the people have mentioned are single player games. And but then again, there've been companies that actually monetize single player games. Looking at you, Ubisoft. That being said, like I said, one of the few rumors they're talking about is supposedly they're talking about Blue Point to do one of the IPs. Which one, honestly? There've been plenty of rumors, honestly. One of them saying that it's Silent Hill, the other one saying it's Castlevania, and supposedly it's Metal Gear 3. I don't think any of them could be it. As far as I can tell, Metal Gear hasn't been actually exclusive to PlayStation for a while now. And doing it now, I don't think would be a good idea either. But then again, it wouldn't be a good idea for Konami to be in general. But anything could happen, honestly, at this point. If they are thinking about it, and if they are truly trying to outsource it, I hope actually they it's a good step for them. I just hope they don't try to micromanage it, or at least take a lot of control on the whole project. I think they should just basically loosen some of that control, give it away, and just let it happen. One of the other rumors is also supposedly that Kojima is in talks with Konami, and that's actually huge because Kojima and Konami departure wasn't a clean departure to be said. That being said, if they are trying to patch things together and actually let him run one of their projects, I think it's actually a good IP. I'm sorry, not IP. Good PA for them, basically. Because I think honestly, at this point right now, they should try to at least get their image fixed. In my opinion, one of the actual stories that seem like more viable is they're talking to a studio. It's called Virtuos. It's based in Singapore. They have studios everywhere else, but for some odd reason, everyone keeps basically pointing out to the fact that it's a Singapore studio, and they might actually be taking over the Castlevania. Also, what's interesting about that is that they're saying, all the sources are basically saying it's a reimagine. How is it reimagined? I'm not sure, honestly. If they can actually keep the core of the game and just go on with it and just retweak it to make it, more modernized or something like that, I would actually like that. As long as they don't try to basically do it too much where it just veers way off of the original concept, then yeah, honestly, do it. Go for it. I'm more than happy to see that game come to fruition, because Castlevania is one of those games that it's from my childhood. Sorry, I can't talk apparently. And it's one of those IPs I actually want to see come back to life. That, Silent Hill, Metal Gear 2. Metal Gear's, I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear 2, so if that's actually what is happening, and more power to them, honestly. I want nothing more than that to actually come out and do it. I have a couple stories basically on this. I'll actually have I'll have the links basically below in the description. You're more than welcome to read them, but we'll just go through a couple of them and just see basically what they have to say. Now, one of the few ones, like I said, this is actually comes from February of this year, and this basically talks about all the things I just mentioned, which is that they canceled Silent Hill in 2015, and they just literally went on a tangent. I'm not sure what their whole purpose was, but it did not look for them at all. That being said, earlier, basically in like 2018, I believe, they essentially said that they're not shutting down, and that they're not shutting down, and that they are basically, I'm sorry, not 2018, it was earlier, I believe this year, that they're not shutting down their video game divisions, and that they are still trying to basically rework them. It was essentially a restructure of their video game division. Restructuring could mean a lot of things, honestly. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Most of the times, honestly, especially with a big corporate like that, it's not usually necessarily always a good thing. But again, I'm gonna try to basically hope, but I'm gonna have a healthy amount of skepticism at the same time. That's that basically. A couple articles basically are talking about also that they're trying to they've actually greenlit Metal Gear 3. Again, like I said, take it with a grain of salt because you never know what anything can happen. Even if something actually is in the work, nowadays, honestly, lots of things have happened. Some of these companies are not afraid of basically canceling something because apparently they're just afraid of losing money. And unfortunately, that's the world we are in today. I mean, it's been like that for a while, but it's just more clear to us that they will go that far to do so. Uh, One rumor actually has it is that Kojima, Hideo Kojima, and Microsoft is actually hashing a deal to where he works with them basically to create a game specifically just for Xbox. If that's a thing, honestly, I'm happy because Kojima working on a game is usually never a bad thing. Story wise and everything, he usually just works. He kills it on that every time, in my opinion. If that's the case, then yeah, honestly, that'd be an amazing. Because nowadays, obviously, even if you don't have an Xbox, if you have a PC, you can actually play the games. That's one of the amazing things about Microsoft right now with their Game Pass and pretty much on any of their games. Even if you don't have the Game Pass, that's fine because you can access their games basically and play it on PC, and that honestly is amazing. With that being said, most of these rumors, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not sure basically if it's going to be true or not, but it's exciting nonetheless. Again, one of the other rumor also is that Silent Hill is going to be headed by Kojima himself, and if that's the case, honestly, that one actually got me really excited due to the fact that Kojima actually worked on. I think he honestly worked on almost every other Silent Hill, and if anybody knows anything about the Silent Hill games and the way they played them, story wise, the horror aspect of it, the just everything, the survival aspect of it was just top notch, and it challenged people. If that's the case, especially with today's generation consoles and even PCs, it will be. I mean, it will be mind blowing, honestly, in my opinion. This one though, I'm not quite sure because with today's atmosphere of like crossplay and just sharing across all different platforms, this one being exclusive by Sony, I don't know. There's a good chance, but then again, at the same time, like I said, rumors are saying that Kojima is actually hashing a contract with Microsoft. Is that are both true? Both of them honestly could be true, and nothing saying basically that you can't actually work on both projects. I'm pretty sure that Kojima Studios or Kojima Productions is big enough to basically do at least two projects. Hopefully, they are. I would hope nothing but the best for them, honestly. With that being said, if it is, then it would be amazing. Having Sony funding it could basically mean that it's an exclusive to PlayStation. That's nothing new, really. A lot of basic things are happening nowadays. I mean, even most recently, Sony actually are actually getting the remake of KOTOR, the Knights of the Old Republics. But yeah, going on. Let's see. Yeah, one of the other ones is also, like I said, they're all basically pointing to the same thing. This is actually the studio that I was telling earlier that actually is going to be working on Castlevania, or at least rumored to be working on a reimagined of Castlevania. As you can read, obviously on there, it's founded in 2004. 2004. Virtuos is a video game developer company headquarters in Singapore, with studios across Asia, Europe, and North America. Now, which studio in particular is actually working? Earlier, all the articles are pointing towards the Singapore one. I'm pretty sure all the other studios will be obviously, helping out here and there. So, the more the merrier, obviously, especially when it comes to developing a game. As I said before, basically, Konami is essentially trying to revive all their major IPs, and obviously, this is one of their huge major IPs. These are essentially their flagships. At the end of the day, honestly, my personal opinion on this is that you should take this with a grain of salt, because it could be a double-edged sword. Most of us, honestly, especially a couple of few years, we've been actually burnt too much to try to hype anything. So with that being said, I'm not trying to basically be too negative on that. I'm just trying to have a healthy amount of skepticism that this is going to be, could be good, but at the same time, I just don't want to have my hopes too high up to where when it comes out or it doesn't come out, I'll be crushed. You know, everyone obviously will be feeling the same way. I'm obviously a gamer just like everyone else, and this news did get me excited, but at the same time, I'm like, is it true? I want to see something. I want to see some proof on this. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Live long, stay geeky, and we'll see you next time.